Amazon Prime Video or Netflix? Which should you choose if you only could choose the one? Let's find out. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and this week we're going to have a look at the top 2 streaming video platforms, and if you had to choose only one of them, which one would it be? Prime Video or Netflix? Now before we get into the video itself, if you're new here, it's great to see you here. Please think about hitting that subscribe button, and if you're a returning viewer, then thanks for being here. I really do appreciate your support. Now video streaming's probably at its most popular in the situation right now. There are many streaming platforms out there, and we're only going to concentrate on the top 2. We could have delved deep into this and really compared them, but I'm just going to use 5 categories for this: pricing, features, user interface, library, and quality. Those 5 in no particular order. They'll be up against each other, and we'll see who comes out at top in the end. Now I must caveat this video, this is obviously my opinion. We all have different wants, needs and tastes. Something I might find important and a deal breaker for me might not even get onto the scale for other people. And I also must say, I am not sponsored by either Amazon or Netflix, if only. Now I'm not here just to choose the one that I subscribe to, because I subscribe to them both and I have done for years. This is me essentially looking at both of them, and if I had to ditch one, which one would I ditch? Anyway, enough rambling, let's get on to the first category. So the first thing we're going to look at is the size of each library. Now this changes constantly day to day, so it's hard to put an accurate figure on this. But as of April this year, Netflix had just short of 14,000 titles. Now this is split across its international libraries, so you will not get that no matter where you are. Its 4 biggest libraries are Ireland, Canada, the UK and the US, with those 4 locations looking at roughly 5,500 titles available to them. Amazon, however, have got around 18,000 titles available to everybody. Now if we're purely going off a numbers game, then Prime would win this category hands down, but that's not what we're here for. We're looking at who's the best. The 18,000 titles that Amazon Prime Video has available are split down. Some of those titles are still for rent, so even though you're paying for your monthly subscription, some of those titles, a lot of those titles, you can only get if you pay additionally to either rent them or buy to download and keep them. So that has to be taken into consideration. Also in that 18,000 list of titles that Amazon have is some pretty poor content. There are some titles in there that have never ever been rated. Now I'm sure there are some hidden gems, but generally some of that stuff is quite poor. If you take all of that in consideration, what's available part of your subscription, what's the quality of part of that subscription, they're probably both on par at about 5,500 quality titles. So round 1 is a draw. Let's talk about price. Now we're talking UK prices here. We're going to start with Prime Video. Now the basic package is $5.99, which is purely just Prime Video. The standard package comes in at $7.99, which includes loads of other extras, which we'll get to in a bit. Or you can pay for the full year at $79.99. As for Netflix, the basic package again comes in at $5.99, which allows you to watch on one device. It's only standard definition, and you can only download to one phone or tablet. Now the standard subscription for Netflix is $8.99 a month. That's full HD at 1080p. It lets you watch on 2 devices at the same time and lets you download to 2 phone or tablets. And then there's a premium version at $11.99 a month, which not only allows you to watch in HD at 1080p, but gives you Ultra HD at 4K. This allows you to stream at 4 devices at the same time and allows you to download to 4 devices as well. So side by side, we're only going to take the standard price on these. The standard price for Netflix is $8.99. The standard price for Prime Video is $7.99. Now, I was gonna say there is a free 30-day trial for both of these, but weirdly, Netflix have taken away the free trial in the UK for some reason, and that's not even an option anymore. There is a free trial for Amazon Prime, so if you haven't done it, go and give it a go and get a free 30 days. So Amazon Prime is cheaper by £1 and Netflix not offering a free 30-day trial to try. I've got to give this round to Amazon Prime. So we're going to talk about additional features then. Now, I'm not talking about the user interface now, that's a separate category that we're going to feature. But what we're going to talk about, and there's only two really main things I want to touch on. Firstly, we've already talked about price, but what do you get for that price? Now, with Netflix, what you get for the price is free streaming for your region with some quality content. Pretty simple. It's not the same for Amazon. Not only do you get your Prime Video membership as part of that, but you get all the Prime benefits that everybody else has got. Now, I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole different video, but it's safe to say value for money is amazing for Amazon Prime. The other feature I want to talk about again is on Amazon Video, and it's once you're in watching a video, there is something called X-ray. And this just links it to IMDb as you're watching it. Now, countless times when myself or me and the wife are watching something on TV, we spot an actress or an actor, what's he been in, what they've been in, some trivia. You'll know if you've been on IMDb, you know what you can do. And that's all linked within the video at the top. X-ray, click on that and you'll get your ratings, you'll get your actors, you can go and have a look at trivia. I think it's a really cool idea and it's there straight away should you need to question anything you're looking for. It's something I use quite often, so I think it's a big plus point for me. So looking at all that, I'm saying on features, Prime wins hands down. So next we're going to look at the user interface. Now they are both the exact same product. They are video streaming platforms and they will operate in the same sort of way. So there's not much between them. When you go into a video, you can turn subtitles on, you can seek forward, seek backward, pause. It's pretty simple. That's what it's meant to do. The user interface again are really simple. They're in rows so you can skip past and peruse to the title you want to look at. If you hover over a title, you will see a trailer playing. So they are pretty much similar, but if I had to go with one or the other, I'd go with Netflix. It's a real cleaner interface. It's less cluttered with other stuff. And what I mean by that is, if you go straight into the Amazon interface and start looking at titles, you will come across titles that you have to pay for. Maybe you don't want to pay for titles. Now you can filter that out by choosing items that are included with Prime, but you shouldn't have to do that. And that's why I think the Amazon Prime video interface is that bit much more cluttered than the Netflix one. The Netflix one is a lot cleaner and I think it's a better user experience. One of the best things on the Netflix user interface is the personal recommendations. Once you start watching content, it will personally recommend titles that it thinks you will like. And I think it gets this down to a T. Stuff we've never seen before or even searched for pops up as recommendation. It's stuff that we really enjoy watching. That personal recommendation engine is that good that Business Inside Australia reckons that alone is worth $1 billion per year. Astounding. But that's what really sets it apart from the Amazon Prime UI. So on this round, it's a Netflix win. Finally, let's talk about quality, because this is where the real nitty-gritty is. Now, I touched briefly earlier on about Amazon's vast library, but in this category, it's definitely quality over quantity. Now, this is a category that is, of course, it's purely personal opinion. If all your favorite shows are on Amazon, then you would say that the quality is better on Amazon than it is on Netflix. Now, Netflix has a huge range of exclusives and originals and classics to get stuck into, which I think outstrips what Amazon Prime has. Now, Amazon Prime also have their originals and new content, but not all of it comes within the standard price. Some of them you will either need to rent or pay a one-off price to own it permanently. Now, something else that Amazon has in different countries, I know particularly here it does, is it bought the rights to some of the Premier League football games. Now, it does come at an extra price, so I'm not going to include it in this, but it might be something else to consider on the content or the quality of content that's available to you. But as of this category, because of the sheer amount of exclusives and content that Netflix has included in its price, it's a Netflix win in this category. So who's the winner? Well, if you look at these scores, it's an actual draw. 2 for Prime, 2 for Netflix, and a draw. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to see a clear winner on which is the better platform out of the two if you could only choose one. And I'm going to choose Netflix. Why? Well, because it boils down to the price. Now, Amazon Prime is $7.99, and with that, as well as everything else that I get Prime Video included. If Prime Video never got included in that $7.99 I pay for Amazon Prime, it wouldn't bother me. I would not go out and pay extra for Amazon Prime. I use it because I get it included in that Prime, whereas I pay my price for Netflix for the content that's there. So my conclusion is Netflix is the better of the two platforms. There you go, something a little bit different. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. I know it's quite a polarizing subject. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer Prime? Do you prefer Netflix? Is there one of the other streaming services that you actually think is better than these two? There probably will be another video on some other streaming services in the future. But if you enjoyed this one, please give me a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'll stick that up here. And here are a couple more videos if you want to carry on watching. Until next week, guys, see you later.